Good morning, Expert Corner Group. I have here a Gen 4 Pro. This is my Gen 4 Pro, the first edition. And I want to say that because in the year and a half that they introduced it, Wicked Edge has already made a change, an upgrade, I guess, to the Gen 4 Pro. So they did go with a different micro adjuster bracket. Okay, this is the original one. The original first one has a brake knob and adjuster knob on the front. And the brake knob and adjuster knob, it has a gross angle adjustment and a micro angle adjustment. What we're going to do here is we're going to look at the brackets and the comparison. It's a subtle difference in the design, but it works the same. The precision's the same. The accuracy is the same. The feel is nicer on the new ones, like everything Wicked Edge does. It's for an improvement. The user experience will be the same. Okay, I'm going to start by, this is a instruction video for installing Stabil-Rizer clamping system on a Gen 4 Pro. Because there's a new version, I'm going to show both versions here for this. What we have here is, like I said, the original version with the knobs. The newer version, the knobs are on the outside. Okay, we're going to work with both of them. What you're going to need is a 5/32 hex Allen key and a 1/8. Okay, I made previous instruction videos. There are no instruction videos for me. I figured this out by myself. Since this was released, I learned some things in an easier way. There's two ways of taking this apart. You can either take the head off with all the adjustments to lift this up, to get underneath, to put the Stabil-Rizer block, or we can take the whole assembly off. I'm going to take the whole assembly off, and then I'm going to show you one assembly to the other. First of all, you have the gross angle adjustment is in gear. You have full throw, and we need to maintain that full throw when we put it back together again. So these two arms, to show you what they look like, they fit into a bracket with this oval or oblong inset. It sticks out, and then it insets into the bracket to find that position. These two bracket arms, this one is held from the back. The left side is held from the front. By finding the right position, it aligns those holes, the back and the front. So with a 5/32 hex key, we can go in there and find those screws. If you can't find them, you may need a little flashlight to shine in the hole to see where it is, or you may need to adjust this arm to get that lined up. Once it's lined up, you may need to take a pliers or something to turn the hex key because it's tight in order to loosen that bracket. There we go. And then those screws come all the way out. But in order to get the screw to come loose, I found I do need to take this and stand it on the end to get that screw to drop out. I don't think I loosened it all the way. Let me go. Okay, now it sounds like it's loose all the way. There we go. Okay, so then I stand it up to get that screw to drop out of the hole. And then this bracket simply rocks off of the bracket. And it has the hole in the front where the screw goes in that I can see through the hole, and it's got the oblong on the back. So I take it out as a single unit, or you can unscrew the top and take it. That's more tedious. There's parts in there. That's what I would do if I want to service it, to clean it, to lubricate it, to set the tension. By taking out these screws, you can take this head off. That's on the old style with the knob on the front. So with the screw out, it came out. And then I'm going to go to the other side. The right side, the screw is from the back. And it should go right in if it's aligned here. There we go. And I'm loosening that. Again, that's a 5/32 Allen key, and when it gets loose, I'm going to turn it on the end. You get that screw to fall out. I have the screw here. And then the bracket lifts right out. Again, this has that inset, and it insets into that bracket. The way it goes in at like an angle, and it fits right in. So you'll loosen the screw and give it that twist to lift it out. And come to the other side, loosen the screw, give it a lift to lift it out. Now, with that all done, you want to set your angle all the way to the lowest position and leave it there. Now with a 1/8 inch hex key, we're going to remove the 4 screws on the top. Now again, let me make this point that these sharpeners, when they were designed, they were not intended to be a user serviceable piece of equipment. So handle your screws gently. You don't want to be running them in and out and boogering the hex heads. Wicked Edge standardizes the thread size and their screw size, so there's not a lot of differences in the equipment. They have a lot of interchange. Now with those 4 screws, this lifts right off with the lever and all. Now remember, we started at the lowest angle. That's our starting point. Now what we need to do is take this vise off in order to put the Stabil-Rizer block underneath, and in order to do that, we are going to align this up so that this little scoop and this little scoop allows you to take these 2 screws out, and they are also 1/8 inch. There we go. You can take off this handle if you want. It is not necessary. I have taken it off in other videos. I'm learning as I use this more shortcuts, and I just pulled that screw out and caught it. You don't want to lose any of these screws. They are 10/32 screws, so they are available flathead 1-inch screws. It's not a mystery screw that you'd have to get directly from Wicked Edge. Now with it removed, we have access again to more screws. And this is where the Belleville washer can is. Now this is again the bigger hex screw, which is 1/8 inch. Now this one, with the handle up, unlocked, you want to hold it, and when you loosen these screws, you want to loosen them back and forth to try to keep the pressure even from side to side, because if you take one screw all the way out, it'll get, as the spring tension is released, it pushes it at an angle and it won't just slide off easy. So go back and forth from screw to screw to screw to keep the tension even. And when it comes free, I'm holding it. You see how I'm holding it in my hand? The handle is down, so the pressure is off. And when it finally gets loose, I'm going to turn the whole thing over and lift the vise off. And in here is the, how do I say it? The spring mechanism. It's a can and a stack of Belleville washers, and we'll go through that in another video. But that can and stack of washers gets taken out of the original triangular angled shaped wicked edge base, and it gets moved up to the Stabil-Rizer base. And I'm going to stop here.